Good morning, you guys. How are you? Happy whatever day it is for you today. We are excited. Today is the day that we are going to take your measurements, and I wanted to show you guys how I take my measurements. I don't have anybody around me, so I wanted to show you how I take measurements every single program. It doesn't determine your worth, it doesn't determine how good you are or anything like that. It is literally a starting point for us to figure out and grow and walk through this next journey that we're headed into. So I'm really excited. So all you need is your piece of paper with your measurement request, which you guys can find in the program materials in the Getting Started Right guide of your program. And you need, of course, a measuring tape. So what we're going to do is, first and foremost, is we are going to do our arm. You want to find the bone right on your shoulders here, okay? And you're going to stick your 0 at the top. And then I literally simply look, sometimes you just measure it, but I look and we are about 13. So I know about 6.5, because we want to do half of what our arm is. So 6.5 is right here. And literally, you guys, I just move it like so. Sometimes it drops, but that's okay. I know it was right under here. And you want to make sure that your arm is relaxed. And it takes practice. And that's okay. And you don't want the band tight, you just want it nice and loose and straight around your arm in that halfway mark. So I look here and I'm about 12.5. So I'm gonna grab my pen and so my right arm was a 12.5 and this one was a 12. The reason being is this is my dominant hand. I use it all the time. And I'm probably gonna have one quad that's bigger than the other. Especially if you are an athlete who is still like top of their game. I know we get a lot of college athletes. That's how I started as well. As a softball player and figure skater, my right leg was always the strongest. It was the leg I push off of, the leg I land on. In throwing, that's where I propel from. It's my back leg for hitting. So this leg was always so much more dominant than my left leg. So it's okay to have one leg a little bit bigger or your arm a little bit bigger than the other. Now we're gonna head into the chest, and what you guys wanna do is go right at nipple height. And same thing, you wanna make sure that your band is nice and straight. And what I do is take a nice big deep breath in, and I want you to blow all the air. So big breath in. So with your hips, I like to go around the widest part of my hips, standing about hip width apart. So I'm not super close or super wide. I'm about natural hip width apart, and I make sure I go around the biggest part of my feet. This is where your belly button is. So with this one is I like to go about 2 inches below my belly button. I just do it naturally now. 2 inches below your belly button. And with our legs, you want to go around the widest part of your leg. So I take my leg and I lift it out a little bit, but then I just relax it. So I'm going to find the widest part here. And I'm not putting pressure on my leg to get the quad big or anything like that. I am just like to go and weigh yourself. I already did that this morning. So I'm going to write down my weight that I was this morning. So this is as soon as you get out of bed. You're going to have no clothes on. You're going to have to go to the bathroom first. So do your morning bathroom and then step on the scale, and that's where you want to track yourself. Once again, this is just a measurement. It's nothing that you compare yourself. It's nothing that determines your worth or anything. It is literally just data for us to build and create our meal plans and figure out the best way to serve us so we can start living our best freaking life. So that's how you take your measurements. You're going to add up the total of inches, put that in, and you're ready to rock.